Hi, this is wonderful. I was just looking for another package.
17, 69?
Yeah, that's me.
No, only one.
Only one.
Yeah.
As you wish. Thanks so much. Wonderful.
Right.
Yeah, if you deliver anything again, don't leave anything behind. If I'm not here, don't just don't. Just get stolen. Yeah, if you deliver anything again, don't leave anything behind. Oops. All right, we are live.
We are live.
Yes. We are live, and let me check the Zoom. Okay, hello everyone. Yes. I just had to pick up a package right on at the exact moment. So today we're switching places with Hase. Hase is one of our students who went through a 7-day. So today we're switching places with to reduce the sound. So today we are continuing our hands-on practical program, and Jose has graduated already and already knows a few tricks around AI on how to use Claude Code and Codex and then A10 for creating automation pipelines. Jose is an SEO agency owner. He has been doing that for what,
12 years.
12 years now, and it means that he has a lot of experience in a certain industry, and AI is boosting his productivity maybe 10-20x using the things that he learned now. He can do a lot more on autopilot, and that would save him time to do even more things, or maybe relax finally, and teach you guys. So today we are switching these places. I'm taking the student's spot, and Hase is our instructor. He's sitting at the instructor's table right now. Very excited about that. He has a few things that he can teach people around SEO, and now he can also enhance his processes using AI. So in this live session, we will try to combine both his knowledge in SEO and his newly acquired skills in AI to show a step-by-step process for SEO keyword research and then SEO optimization that can be used for small, medium business owners and startup founders alike. Because nothing beats being on first page of Google yet, or being recommended by ChatGPT or Claude Code, which has its own term. I think it's called GEO, right? So I'll let Hase take it from here. Again, well, you are at AI Start Academy's live YouTube stream. We are streaming from our San Francisco location in Mission District. We are offering 7-day in-person and online classes, AI Bootcamp, where we teach the basics of AI automation, basics of how to use Claude Code, Codex, NA10 pipelines, no-code, low-code pipelines for data. And we also teach OpenClaw installation on how to create your personal AI assistants and how to deliver results using AI tools on a more what's called professional basis, not amateurs. Okay, next session on AI will be July 6th, and it will be an evening cohort, 6 to 9 p.m. in person in San Francisco at our location, and online via Zoom. You can find links to our next cohort dates on our website, aistartacademy.com. And there are a lot of videos here on YouTube that you can start watching in order to get acquainted with the field of AI. It's moving really fast, and if you don't keep up, you fall behind. That's the story of the life right now. Okay, Jose, your word. Please share your screen and teach us a few things.
Great. Hey, everyone. My name is Jose, and thanks for the introduction. As Alex said, I am one of his students. I came in wanting to learn how to automate my workflows with SEO, I have all types of clients, whether it's in education, in SaaS, in tech, even I've worked with some churches, nothing too weird. And it was a really great course. I learned a lot of great skills that I'm already implementing. So I highly recommend that you sign up for the class. It's in person or online. And what we're going to do is we're going to start to implement my skill set as far as SEO strategies and how to implement that with for your website if you have one, and making sure you can do a great keyword strategy, that you can create landing pages, and most importantly, get actual results. So for the example today, we're going to use the AI Start Academy website as the client, and we're going to go step by step in the process. So I'm going to share my screen. And today we're going to use Codex. So for those of you who don't know what Codex is, I didn't know what it was a week ago, but this is OpenAI's autonomous, what was that term?
Autonomous agent.
Autonomous agents. It's a competitor of Claude Code. It was recommended by a very special friend of ours who kept insisting that Codex is incredible. It's the accessibility features. And I have been using it for 1 week, and oh my God, like the things that it can do, and you can just be somewhere at a coffee shop or whatever and just use it from your phone, but it has full autonomous control of your computer. Yesterday, I was doing some tasks while watching the game of Mexico, the Mexican World Cup game, and there was a point where the computer locked, and I asked Codex, can you unlock it for me? I gave it the password, which she shouldn't do, but I did. And it unlocked my computer. Crazy. So today we're going to go over, you're going to learn a little bit of two things. You're going to learn a little bit about SEO, because that's my specialty, but also how to run Codex with this. So let's start with the clients, which is going to be AI Start Academy. So one thing that I really want to, Alex has been so helpful with me as far as like learning AI skills, being so helpful. So I also want to be really helpful to him as far as my skill set, which is SEO, and how I can help him. He just launched it this year, and there's a lot of opportunity as far as what he can do with SEO. But like most of us, we just don't have time. There's so many things that you have to do. You have to do email, websites, contracts, licensing, and all these other things. So, anyways, what I'm going to help them with is SEO. And one of the first things that is the most important with any SEO strategy, right? There's kind of, I like to categorize SEO in 4 phases. There's a keyword strategy, which is finding the right type of keywords. And most importantly, getting the type of keywords that are actually going to convert. The second is creating the content and creating high quality content. I don't know if we'll have time for that, but that's something that we also want to go over. And third is distribution, making sure that we get backlinks, that we're getting shared across social. And last 4 stage is monitoring and analyzing data to measure performance and seeing what improvements. For today, we're just going to do keyword strategy. So one of the things I learned in the AI Academy is that AI Start Academy is that you have to provide a really good framework as far as how you're providing context. There's different ways of how you can provide like the art of content and just providing the full context. But for me, it was really easy. And I think most people, we learned this in school in America, is the who, what, where, when, and why. If you can try to provide that information in your prompts and the tasks that you're trying to do, I think that is really helpful. So what we're going to do here is we're using Codex. And since we wanted to perform an action, I don't necessarily want it to plan something. I wanted to perform action. So we're going to click goal. And I'm just going to basically explain the whole thing here. So I'll start. I need your help to create a keyword strategy for AIStartAcademy.com. I want you to use my SEO tools that includes SEMrush, which I have open in a Chrome window, and Ahrefs, which I also have open in a Chrome window. We have some rankings, for example, AI classes bootcamp in San Francisco, how to learn AI, but we only have one page. So what we would like is a long list of keywords that we should target. These keywords can be transactional, meaning how do I sign up for an AI bootcamp class? Where can I purchase, or where can I take an AI online bootcamp class? And we can make it specific to where can I take an AI bootcamp class in San Francisco, or best AI bootcamp classes. But we also want to open it to educational keywords like, how do I learn AI? What are the differences between Claude Code and Codex? How can a high school student learn AI? How can a professional learn AI? And I want the outcome that we want out of this is to have a spreadsheet that shows keyword opportunities, the keyword difficulty, the searches per month to inform our strategy. A few details about AI Start Academy. They're located in San Francisco. They provide online and in-person classes. So I'll stop there. I'm going to have it, since it was transcribed in audio, I'm going to have it have dumped everything there. And I just want to go through the who, what, where, why. So I got the who, AI Start Academy, what, which is the AI Bootcamp, what we do, where, San Francisco, and online and in person, when, that's a good question. I don't think the when is maybe relevant right now, and then the why. I didn't add the why. That's an important one. The reason why we are doing this is because we have almost no traffic and no keyword rankings at the moment, and we want to grow our traffic, generate more customers, and beat our competitors in this space. All right. So now I'm going to start this prompt workflow, and something to keep in mind is that before this, I already gave it permissions to access my Chrome, my desktop. So that's usually when you start Codex, you have to give it permissions to start everything. But anyways, let's fire off. And if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. And Alex, feel free to chime in. I know you have probably, as this is going in the background, I know you, if you want to maybe explain sort of your process as how you structure like the prompt you mentioned, like for me, easy way to reference is the who, what, where, why. Any input on that side?
I think the 1, 2, 3. I think the approach that you're taking is correct, and I love just how you dictated all of that into Codex as well with the voice control instead of typing it in. Certainly, just splitting possibly the prompt into specific parts with titles of those parts in Markdown could maybe help a little bit more. But I think LLMs are getting better, and we're here partially learning, but we're also experimenting because certain things that we did yesterday may not already be relevant today, to be honest. And so far, prompting is quite important, especially for agentic systems, autonomous, that would work continuously and require repeatable reproducible results over time. So a well-structured prompt would especially be important there. Currently, since it's a one-off kind of request that we are sending to Codex to complete for today, not necessarily a playbook right away, even though we can convert it into a playbook later. Like it would be a next step to groom it and to make it into a packaged kind of offer for anyone to import into their Codex, for example. Click enter, replace maybe a few variables, and then click enter and receive same results. But for now, I think this is perfect.
Okay, excellent. So now what we see is going on is it's gathering a summary. It's basically going into the SEO tools. So let me see, let me share my screen again, sharing. So I'm going to have my Codex window here. And then it seems like there's some activity going on here. And usually with Codex, I like to have the windows open. I like to basically just prepare it as, not as, I wouldn't say as much as possible, just help it out. And I'll go a little bit more faster. So for example, in this case, I already logged into my Ahrefs account, my SEMrush account. I have the website AISAacademy.com, and it's able to just pull everything a lot easier. If I didn't do that, it would have to log in. Of course, I would still have to verify the credentials and all those details. Also, one thing to keep in mind is I have a very slow computer, and I picked it up from the Apple Store. I'm running on 8 GB RAM. I'm surprised that it could still do all these things. I can already start to hear my computer get a little heated, so I'm going to start closing some tabs. Although one thing that is really cool with Codex is I can also say, hey, my computer's overheating. Can you help it cool down? You can close applications. But because it's already very slow with just one of these workflows, I don't want to overwhelm it with another one. So I'm going to start closing some applications here. But as you can see here, it's already going through Ahrefs, it's going through SEMrush. So that alone is already amazing because it's doing the manual work that I would do before, it's doing it for me. So right now it's going through the different tools. And it says it has enough data to provide the existing rankings, commercial bootcamp terms. So as that is going on,
It's really doing everything by itself, huh?
yes, it is. It is a little, I think it's a bit slow because of my computer. But yes, it does the everything by itself. Although there are, you still have to supervise it. Like yesterday, like page of unresponsive. So that's a bit disappointing. So meanwhile, this gets sorted out. I used Codex yesterday to build a Google Ads campaign for a client. And it did it so well with one caveat. And this is why I mentioned you have to be you have to supervise it. You have to be still watching and be very careful. Because I manage probably a few clients for Google Ads. And when it created the campaign, it created the campaign on the wrong clients.
No.
And that's because I have different emails for different clients. So it can get a little bit confusing. And so, but because if I didn't supervise that and I said just go live, imagine the nightmare that would have been if a Google Ads campaign for RVs would have been running for a background check company. Like that would have been terrible. So that's where you still have to be very careful. And I treat agents like a new employee. The more that you can prepare, it's the better that you have a training for your agents, like just a new person on your team. The more resources you can explain, the more time you take to just explain how everything works and be supervising them. This is exactly the same with agents. Treat them like a new employee or someone on your team, and you want to make sure that they're going to be prepared for success and they're going to make mistakes. You need to give your agents some space for failure, and that's okay, and expect that. Because there's a lot of people, and that was me before, that if you're just like, oh, this agent can't do shit, or AI is just like stupid. It's like, no, you're not giving it enough context and information for it to be able to execute. And you need to have patience and you need to coach it. So I think that having that mindset with agents has been really helpful. And yes, you do need to be patient. And it's probably going to take a little bit longer in the beginning because I can do this a lot faster. But once it gets this done right, once the models get improved, it's going to just move very, very, very fast.
Building up context.
Yes, exactly. So we're starting on the step 1 out of 5. So as that is going, if you have any questions about SEO, feel free to drop anything there. So this is Ahrefs. This is the tool I use primarily for SEO, and I use also SEMrush right now. So right now with AI Start Academy, we have 20 keywords. We have AI Academy near me, although this is subjective because this could change by location. Someone is searching for AI Academy in New York, they're going to have different results than San Francisco. But if you're searching here in San Francisco, it will show up on the first page. You have AI Start, which is a little bit more general terms, where to start learning AI, which is good. I want to learn about AI. Where do I start? Artificial intelligence, how to start. OpenChatGPT, Academy San Francisco, and a few other ones. And how to start learning AI starters. So some keywords to track. So right now we're getting some traffic, good start, but obviously we want to see that nice hockey stick growth here. So as you can see on Codex, you'll see that it's starting to populate some information here. Looks like it's still polishing everything. See if I can zoom in. Yes, this is, okay, let's see. So here we have the keywords, we have the intent. The intent means whether it's someone is wanting to learn something or someone wants to make a purchase. So the keywords that we have so far are AI Bootcamp Online, AI, and that's a great keyword suggestion. AI Automation Bootcamp, Agentic AI Bootcamp.
So where did you pull this information from?
This is being pulled from the SEO tools.
So you have MCP connectors to your tools, or you just log them in?
I just logged into Chrome, and that's how it has access. That's how I've been doing it, although I have been connecting it to the MCPs in Codex. So it could also do it that way, but the way I kind of frame it with Codex is I just have it open everything in Chrome, and it just does it beautifully as well.
Okay.
So, but it'd be, I don't know if it should be the other way around. And this is the thing we're all learning. So, you know,
just one way to do it for now.
yes. But look, it's done. Let's take a look. I'm excited to see this. And Alex is the client. So I'm going to first go over the keywords, and I'm going to see his opinion, whether he thinks these keywords would be valuable for his business if he were to rank for them.
Okay.
So as we go through this list, I'm quickly just going to share what all this data means. So we talked about the keyword, all right? We intent, whether someone wants to learn, make a transaction, okay? Cluster, this is kind of a category. So you have like local, bootcamp course, classes.
Category.
You have monthly searches. So this is how many searches per month it gets. This is the keyword difficult. This is how difficult it is to rank for this keyword. Ideally, we want to go for keywords that are under 20 or 30 in the beginning, probably under 30 in the beginning, because since his website is brand new, it takes a lot in the beginning to get credibility, although there's still a good chance. This is how the cost per click. So if we were to run Google ads, this is how much it would cost for you to click on those ads. And then the competition, I'm not clear on what that exactly means. And then it kind of mentions the recommended search intent and then the recommended page here. And then what's great here is like it adds the priority, like which one should we try to do first? So this is great because sometimes you have a long list of keywords and you're like, okay, where do I start? So already prioritizes that. I do want to check how it gets to that logic, but this is great. It has that.
Did the Codex come up with this logic, or Ahrefs?
No. This is Codex.
Codex came up with this.
Because
the final table, it's Codex who came up with it. Ahrefs just gave it keywords.
Yes. So this
how much is a keyword Ahrefs subscription?
It starts at $30, but you could do like really minimal effort on that. Then the next one is $130. Then SEMrush starts at $100. I have the $200 one because it's several clients, so it works out there. So that's interesting. So now let's go over the keywords. We have AI Bootcamp near me, best in-person AI tech bootcamps. Interesting. So AI Bootcamp gets 2,400 searches per month. But again, it's very competitive, very, very competitive. But this is good. This is like a good long-term keyword. So for this one, this should probably be like our homepage or one of our important pages that we have, but it's going to take a while to rank for this page. Not saying it's impossible. Then you have AI Bootcamp online. So if Alex wants to say, you know, I'm sick of seeing these in-person students like Jose, so loud and they spit and they're just rude, I just want to go online, then this would be the keyword that he would want to go after.
There is also AI classes, but it's different, I guess, huh?
Sometimes these could be clustered together. You don't have to create individual pages for some of these. And this is where it helps to still have an expert to look at this, because if someone who's like Alex, maybe who would be looking at this himself, maybe he would know the logic here a little bit better, but like someone who's not familiar with SEO, they would be like, oh, I create individual pages for each of these. No, there's a way to combine these, especially if the variation's very, very close.
They'll be synonymous.
Yes, exactly. But like, for example, AI Bootcamp for beginners, I would suggest that could be like an individual one. AI Bootcamp with job placement. And the reason why I say different landing pages, because they have different goals. So like AI Engineer Bootcamp, that is going to target engineers. The way we speak to engineers and their goals is going to be very different for someone for AI Bootcamp for beginners. I think that's the best way to gauge whether you should create a new page and what type of page you should create is think about the audience. And there's a lot of psychology when it comes to search. You have to think like, who is the person searching? who is the person making the search and what is their goal? And again, that's going to depend for the different type of audience. Another great example here is AI classes for kids. That's also a good opportunity that has 90 searches per month. That may or may not be a good term. It just depends what Alex like. Does he want to deal with kids? But
I think it requires a separate. I think it requires a separate license to work with kids, education wise.
And then you have high school students, and you have AI summer courses for high school students. Then you have free, online. So some of these are the variations. Certification programs, interesting. So if Alex has certificate programs, it's interesting is that these get a lot of search volume. You see the difference between here, 8,100, 6,600. So a big difference from these other ones. So it looks like people not only want to learn about it, but they want to have some sort of certification that they can show when they're applying to jobs. Because I'm sure that when people get are in interviews, people are like, let me see your certificate or provide some sort of proof, right? So that's interesting. Let me go back here. So we went over.
Also, there are different angles to learn about AI. There is AI machine learning, and that's when you're looking to get hired.
Yes.
And then there are AI classes, maybe when you just trying to learn beginner stuff.
Yeah. Then you have keywords like how to use AI. This is a little bit broad. I don't know if I would target this keyword. It's also very difficult. But I would say like how to learn AI skills. I would say, Alex, target this. And I would target this with a blog post. And this is where he can share his expertise. And as far as, how can someone learn AI skills? And it's not like the intent here is not only for someone to create an article saying like, take our class, our bootcamp class. That's how you're gonna, learn AI skills. It should be a really well thought out article where you're providing suggestions. Some people learn online with just a YouTube video, reading articles, a podcast. For me, I learn best when I'm in person. And this is an opportunity where he can feature the bootcamp in that. But man, this is incredible for Codex to be able to just do this, which would require me like a few hours to do, is pretty amazing. And this is just the start, because this is just getting the keyword strategy. After this, what we would do is have Codex create the articles itself.
But also, this is a very important step for any company or startup at the beginning, because this is ultimately a possible product market fit research. Because based on these keywords, not only you create the page, you also create your messaging for who you're targeting, what you're trying to sell, and then you're also trying to define your ICP.
Yes, because right now, his brain is like, oh, I didn't think about this. I didn't think about this, because now it's giving him so many things to think about, like audience, opportunities, new products, new types of boot camps, right? As this is helpful, because SEO is not just about like getting you more traffic and your landing pages. It's just more of like, what does your audience want? What are the different needs? And how can you create a business for that? So like, what are the standouts so far from the keyword research?
I think these I think all of these keywords are great, and I think many of them are in different buckets for what the result from the person who is looking for that specific keyword would be. We just gotta keep digging. Maybe we need to create multiple pages that test different paths, user paths.
Yes.
I'll pick up
Yeah. So that pretty much covers the keyword strategy for Codex, but overall, really, really well done. So one thing that we're going to do is we're going to add another step here. We are going to say, please create recommended blog pages and service pages that we should create based off this keyword strategy for AI Start Academy. Also include the meta title, description, and anything else. So in the next video, what we're going to do is we are going to show you how you can create articles and create a content engine with Codex. So, all right, that wraps it up for today. If you have any questions, you can drop us a chat. You can drop us a notes, and we'll see you on the next one.